But it is, I will say that, being a conservative on the Upper West Side and in New York City and in publishing has been, challenging. And I've, as I said before, I've had to be extra charming in order to, in addition to my natural charm, in order to be allowed to get away with it.
How do you become extra charming? I've got to work on that.
It's work.
Now, you say my education in liberal parochialism continued during the Reagan years, and Reagan's election in '80 was a seismic shock to liberals. And for a long time, you shared the prevailing view that the president was a dolt and a simpleton. But then you found that he wasn't. And then you shared his anti-communism and approved of his opposition to Soviet moves in Central America. And so, having grown up in the liberal counterculture, as I did, I grew up in the same thing, Adam. I mean, I'm a little older than you, I think. And I became what you might call more than a conservative. Some would call me something else. I had an Italian friend here in San Francisco who owned an Italian restaurant that Pelosi would go to and everyone else. And I would say, how did they come here knowing you're a conservative? And he would say, not a conservative. I'm a fascist, and they know it. But I wouldn't. I loved Lorenzo. He passed away a number of years ago. But I would not say that I am that. That's what they would say about me. But to me, the fascists today are the left. To me, a fascist exerts power to control their opponents. That's what fascism derives from the word stick.
One of the books I published that is perhaps one of my favorite books of all time that I've published was a book called Liberal Fascism.
Oh, yes.
By Jonah.
Who wrote that?
Jonah Goldberg. And,
interesting.
We signed it up based on, this is a great example of the power of a good title in publishing. We signed that book up basically on the strength of the title alone, because the phrase liberal fascism is like a Zen koan that causes liberal heads to explode. In fact, literally explode. Jonah was on Jon Stewart, got him on the Daily Show, and to talk about the book. And the jacket was illustrated with a smiley face that had a Hitler mustache. Which is right to sort of illustrate what is sometimes said, that when fascism.
But Jonah became an anti-Trumper, didn't he?
Jonah is of the anti-Trump strain.
But really, he was a pretty vehement anti-Trumper. I never liked the guy. I never liked his politics, but that's irrelevant. What you're listening to is a unique interview with the distinguished conservative editor Adam Bellow, son of the great American and Nobel Prize winning novelist Saul Bellow. We'll have more in just a second.
The Savage Nation. It's savage, uncut, unfiltered,